Hi, and welcome to ChannelShift.com. I'm Rob D'Amico here with Michelle Rahal. In Sprint Cup news this week, all eyes are on the Ganassi camp with a crew chief version of musical chairs. Chip Ganassi made it no secret that he was unhappy with the teams for all three of his drivers, Juan Pablo Montoya, Reed Sorenson, and Dario Franchitti, citing the teams were letting their drivers down. Ganassi swapped Donnie Wingo from Montoya to Sorenson and Jimmy Eldridge from Sorenson to Montoya. The real mystery is that he left Franchitti's team alone. And as we all know, Franchitti has had trouble with that car of tomorrow. Now, Michelle, I got to ask you, is this an experience thing to put the experienced crew chief with the experienced or unexperienced driver and vice versa? I'm not saying that Jimmy Eldridge is not an experienced crew chief, but are they also looking for the weakest link on the teams?
I think you're probably in part right. They're looking for the weakest link on the teams. But if you take a look at Donnie Wingo was able to take Montoya to a level of consistency in an auto racing. When you can have a baseline of consistency, then you can get better. I think that Wingo couldn't take him any farther, and Eldridge has a bit more in the way of engineering experience, because if you look at Reed Sorenson, he always qualifies well, he races fairly well up to a point, and then he either fades or he crashes. So I think as it relates to these two teams, I think the right decision was made because Montoya has actually got a better average of finishes than does Reed Sorenson. The big mystery to me is Franchitti. What the hell's going on, Rob? I mean, what are they doing there? I think maybe you're right about the inexperience. They're trying to weed out whoever the weak sisters are.
Yeah, looking for the weakest link, but when I look at Dario Franchitti, he's also outside that top 35. They need help desperately, and I'm surprised that they didn't put Wingo on that team, really.
I don't understand it, don't quite understand it. I think there may be a drought of crew chiefs. I really believe that. It has gotten to the point where it is so difficult to find that chemistry and find exactly, we all know what chemistry is about. It's like when you work with somebody, you really get along with them and you run like a well-oiled machine. That's exactly what's taking place here, except these guys have a real skill set.
No, there's no doubt about that. I want to switch gears real quick. Let's talk about Mexico a little bit.
Well, Mexico. The Nationwide Series invades the famed circuit Autódromo Hermanos Rodriguez. In other words, it's the Rodriguez Brothers Raceway. Pedro and Ricardo Rodriguez were both Mexican drivers. They were both killed in auto racing accidents. But there's going to be a strong representation of Cup drivers combined with a lot of hungry young Nationwide drivers. And an international group should make this an exciting door-to-door fiesta. Last year was Montoya punting his teammate out of the way to take the win.
Now, everybody loves a great fiesta, but do we really care that they're going to Mexico besides the Latin women we're going to see out there?
I don't know. I think that they do. And the reason that they do is, one, NASCAR needs to be a global sport. That is what it's representing. They want the Hispanic Latino audience. They absolutely need the Hispanic Latino audience in America and Mexico and South America. And what's happening is they're able to showcase with this race Mexican drivers, Colombian drivers, Venezuelan drivers, all over from South America. They're able to showcase their abilities and bring it to America so everyone can see it. So I think it's a great thing. And I think what's even greater is that the women in the stands, I don't know, do they wear bras?
No, like I mentioned before, I don't think they know that they were invented. Well, if you have video of Latin women without bras, you can send it to us. All you got to do is log on to ChannelShift.com, hit the upload button. For Michelle Rahal, I'm Rob D'Amico. Thanks for watching.